Am I recording this sort of half an hour before I have to leave the house and go to work? Yes, but, time constraints and that, they are a thing, and I've got to deliver something, and I wanted to talk about this, because I think it's interesting, so shall we jump into it? Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are talking about who should retire Sting, now that we are 2 months away, and an angle took place on last night's edition of AEW Dynamite that seemingly points to who it might be. But before we dive into that, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below on who you think should retire Sting in the comments as we talk about this. So there was a big match, AEW Homecoming. It was the Callis family taking on Darby Allin and Sting, and picking up the win was Sting. There's some worry there, haven't read it confirmed yet, that he might have gotten injured within the match. And Tony Schiavone comes down, questions Sting about who he wants his last match to be at Revolution, and before Sting can answer, the Young Bucks music hits and the Young Bucks take to the ring for a stare down with Darby Allin and Sting. That to me implies we're going down the route of it might be the Young Bucks. Now, that could be a red herring, that could be a match before Revolution. We'll see about that, but do I think that the Young Bucks are the right choice for Sting's final match, his retirement match? Unfortunately, I'm going to say no. And I don't say that like I hate the Young Bucks. I very much appreciate the Young Bucks. They're one of my favourite tag teams. I think they've grown a little bit stale in sort of the past year or so with everything that transpired. I think they really need something to freshen up their act. And I don't think that retiring Sting is it. I don't think maybe they can build enough story, but at least right now there's not enough story to get us there. And it comes at the point when you've got Darby Allin right there. I think Darby Allin and Sting, I don't know how you get there, but that to me has to be the passing of the torch moment. It has to be Darby retiring Sting. I think that just from day one, since they first teamed together, I think everyone was like, okay, if Sting goes out in AEW, Darby has to be the one to pull the trigger. They've set up this dynamic, this mentor dynamic that they've had going on for, God, it's about 3 years now, I think. It was during the pandemic when Sting turned up, so it's roughly about 3 years that these two have been paired. And I get, maybe they don't want to do that, maybe they want to buck the trend and instead do a team, two gunslingers going out on their own accord rather than fighting against each other. But I think there's a lot that could be done with a Darby Allin and Sting match, even if it is just a match. They just say it is a special singles match. There is no sort of heel turn from Darby, heel turn from Sting. I think they could easily put on a brilliant singles match. And I think I get, of course, you can't do that. You can't have Sting wrestle singles matches because his body probably can't take it. It's good to cover him in these tag matches. But I think Darby is sort of a good enough worker that he could make that work. You could have plunder spots. You could have, Darby taking the majority of the bumps in this match. And Sting still looking cool on his way out. The Young Bucks, I don't know what it is, but when it seemed like they were going to, when they did come out, and it, to me, sort of obviously clicked that, they're going down this route, I was left with a bit of, I don't think that's what I want. And that's a shame for Sting's final match. I think for a match on the in-between, maybe a show at the end of January, sure, do Young Bucks versus Sting and Darby. Maybe that sets up the singles match between Darby and Sting. But if that's who we're going with as the retirement match, I'm not too here for it. Unfortunately, I think it will be a great match. I think it will be a tremendous, tremendous match. However, the initial brunt of the Young Bucks retiring Sting is not the way I would have gone, unfortunately. And that's sort of all I have to say about this. It's a very short video, very short form video, this one. But to definitively answer, Is it the wrong choice? That's hard to say as of now, but I think for me, unless it's Darby, it will always be the wrong choice, because that's who it should be. It should be Darby putting away Sting, and it might be the predictable story, it might be the obvious way to go, but sometimes obvious is right. Sometimes obvious is right, and Darby Allin should retire Sting. That's that. That is my short video on who should retire Sting, and it shouldn't be anyone else. It should not be anyone else other than Darby Allin. Let's just draw a line under it there. Thank you. Thank you all ever so much for your support. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you a fan of this decision? Let me know everything you want, and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.